Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Renu Sharma. Today I'm going to talk about the set of documents you would be needing to submit under this TR to PR pathway category. Now, first and foremost, let me share the news. Canada's new international graduate stream actually has reached to its maximum limit. So IRCC is no longer accepting applications for the new PR pathways for international graduates, which means they are left with inviting only 5 categories. So I'm going to discuss about the documentation part under stream A and B. That stream A is for healthcare workers, where 20,000 applications are still there, and then stream B is for essential non-health work care workers. There 30,000 applicants were there. Now, IRCC may accept more application under the English speaking international graduate stream, the one which was like 40,000. It's now reached to the maximum limit, but because they have started reviewing the applications, so there could be a possibility there are incomplete applications, or they might have to refuse bit of the applicants. So in that case, you never know. We may get the surprise. All right, so these are the forms which you would be needing, and I've already discussed these forms yesterday in my video, and I'm going to share the link in my description box, and at the top also you will find it. So the basic requirement would be again generic application form for Canada IMM 0008 form, and then for additional dependents it's IMM 000, this 8 dependent form, that's for spouse. And then is a background declaration schedule A. If you check my video, I have given the whole description step by step how you can fill this up. And this IMM 0130, it's again updated, so you can fill it up for TR to PR category. Now, these are this checklist of documents you would be needing. So first and foremost, you are going to need your proof of employment. Now, the first and foremost requirement under this category is that you need to be working. So you cannot just show that you have left the company, or for some reason you have been dehired. You have to be on roll. That's mandatory requirements. So when they say minimum 1 year experience, it is like 1,560 hours in 1 year's time period. And the kind of documents you actually have to show is like your pay subs, along with your evidence should have the reference letters from your employer, or your previous stubs should work. When we say reference letter, it's not like a random letter, you just got it from your employer. It has to be on an official document printed on company's letterhead, and must include your name, company's contact information like address, telephone number, and email address. And it should be signed out by your supervisor. And you can also carry the business card, like you can just attach that with your letter. Now, your letter should also indicate the position you actually held while you were employed with that company, in case if you're showing the past experience also. And it should include the job duties and responsibilities, your job status actually, and the dates you have worked for that particular company, and total number of hours per week. So this is going to be descriptive, but again, the more explicit you would be, it's going to help and boost your case, since there would be a lot of applicants and everybody would be trying hard. So try to get maximum detail from your employment, because that's one thing they are going to consider: your annual salary plus benefits, and all those information is required. Then is a passport copy. Now you need to make sure you get all the pages of passports. That's I always advise. And then in identity and civil status documents, you can actually submit your birth certificate, your national IDs, in case if you have like Aadhaar card and all that, and then work permit what you have over here, and then your utilities bills, your copy of lease if you are staying over here in maybe like in Calgary or Ontario. So you have to come up with the identity proofs, and in case if you have spouse, you have to come up with the marriage certificate, and then again all that. Now, in the children's document, again, you have to provide with the birth certificate, and in case if you have the adoption paper. So it's also mentioned on cic.gc.ca website, but you have to make sure that you have a supporting documents. Then is immigration medical exams. Now, in this case, in case if you have already done or gone through medical examination during the time when you applied for the student visa or work permit, you don't have to redo it. However, in case if you've not done it, you have to get it done. Now, because of COVID, there would be a problem, I'm sure. So they have given leniency that you can get an appointment from the physician, and you need to get the proof of medical appointment, like when exactly your schedule is, and you have to put the name of physician, date of appointment, and with time and everything. It's again, you have to be more descriptive and detailed about it. Then police clearance certificates and certificate is again the mandatory requirement. Now you have to submit the PCC of your stay in any country wherever you have stayed for more than 6 months. So in case if in last 10 years wherever you have stayed for more than 6 months, you have to get the PCC. Now in some of the countries it's very difficult to acquire and obtain that, so you can simply send the letter to them, and then you can always write back to CIC that have applied for. And some countries do ask you us kind of a document where they need a certification that why you needing that. So you can always make a request to CIC, and it's mentioned on the website also. So you can always do that. Now, you have to submit the proof of a police clearance certificate. Now, make sure you know it that the PCC has the validity of 6 months. So just keep that in mind. Now, photographs again, it as per your specifications. Though digital photographs are also acceptable, and there has to be there should not be more than like 6 months old. So the photographs you get it should be recent enough. And then fees, of course, I'm just going to cover the fees over here. Now, the processing fees for principal applicant is $550, and right of permanent resident fee is $500. As I mentioned in my previous video also, the total fees is $1,050. So they are actually, advising you to submit it right away. Usually we used to submit the processing fee only at the initial stage, and this later this right of permanent residence fee usually come towards the later stage. However, they are asking you to do in one go. And in case if you are submitting the application for your spouse, so again the same spouse fees would be there, like the processing fee $550, and then right of permanent residence fee. It's all in Canadian dollar. Now, per dependent child, again below the age of 18, you have to pay Canadian dollar 150. There is no right of permanent residence fee for the child. Now, this permanent resident fee is actually refundable. So, in case for some reason, if your application is not through, your money would be refunded. However, this processing fee is not refundable. In case if you're getting through biometric, you have to pay Canadian dollar 85. Now there's a big confusion. I have seen a lot of emails, and I've got made number of queries to my email account that what should we do biometric? Yes, biometric is mandatory. However, in case if you've already done biometric during the time when you came over here, you don't have to do it. Like when you applied for your student visa and work permit, you don't have to do biometric again since it has the validity of 10 years. So you're good to go. However, in case of your spouse, like for say if you are a student and you came here as a student after marriage, and then you're working and your spouse has not gone through biometric, just advise her to get it through biometric process. Now the fee structure is again mentioned out here. Now, how to process your payment. So to pay your fee, I'm going to give the detail on cic.gc.ca website right after this. So you need to have a valid email address, and I'll tell you how it works. Then you have to have the credit card or a Canadian debit card. And if you're submitting a paper application, you also need to have an access to printer. So again, the information is all there. You have to submit the receipt of them. Now you have to follow the instructions that do not exit without saving the receipt. The printed receipt is not your proof of payment. Now at the very end, click on the save button to save a PDF copy of your IRCC official receipt. So these are few things you have to keep in mind. Upload a copy of this receipt to your online application when asked. Now let's move on to your main. Now this is a page you would be seeing, to apply under this category, and I've already explained in my previous videos how it actually works. It has got all the information, but before jumping onto it, how you can identify whether you're qualifying or not. So you have to go on to this link. I'm going to provide this information in my description box below. So when you land over here, you will be seeing that it's asking you to I'll just let me just cover it here. So temporary residents, find out if you can apply for permanent residence or not. So this is a main questionnaire. You have to fill it up. Now for a limited time period again. So are you currently in Canada? So I said yes. Do you have a valid work or study permit? Yes. Are you currently employed? Yes. Do you plan to live outside of Quebec? Now, when I click on no, it won't give me another option. It would simply say you're disqualified. So I'm saying yes, I plan to live outside of Quebec. Do you have 1 year of work experience? As I mentioned time and again, you need to be working and need to have 1,560 hours in the past 3 years in an eligible healthcare occupation. So now in this case, if I'm not working or associated with healthcare industry, I'll just simply say no. That means I'm not disqualified. Again, I have an option of eligible essential occupation other than healthcare. So I clicked yes. Did you graduate from an eligible program at designated learning institution or and after again the eligibility January 1st, 2017? I said yes. Have you taken an approved language test to assess your English or French skills? If the results will be more than 2 years old or when you apply, select no. So I said yes because I have applied for IELTS. Now IELTS is mandatory, like English test is mandatory. You cannot apply without that. I have received a lot of queries whether we can apply it or not, but you have to clear IELTS. That's mandatory. Then in this category now, international students, as I mentioned in the beginning, that it's already reached to the maximum cap. Now we are left with two categories here in English. So the requirement is CLB 4 under this. So I said level 4. Was your language test in English or French? I said English, and now I'm going to continue, and you can see the result over here live. It's just going to take a little while. Here we go. So I will be getting the result and it should say that I am eligible. So yeah, if you see this based on your answers, you may be eligible to apply on for one of the following categories. Now, if you see here, number of application that will be accepted, 30,000 under this one, like for stream B, and under stream A, if you see, application that have been submitted 7,299. This is last update, so it's filling up very fast. Now let's move on to the main page. Now this is the page where you provide your personal information and upload your documents. So you have to log in. You have to create a login ID for this, and I'll explain you how you can do it. So when you go on to the main page, this guide one, you can see the information regarding the documentation part and submission of fees, and everything is mentioned out here. As I always say that it's all crystal clear. Everything is on website. So scroll it down, keep doing. If you see this, they have been descriptive enough in explaining you how you can actually apply it. So keep going down, and then towards the end you should be able to see the option. I'll just quickly see here to save your time. Now you go towards the bottom, and if you see this, this is actually the confusion a lot of people have, that barcode and everything, they have explained it so well. You can see this, the download and open the form. You will need an Acrobat Reader 10, so you can download your form. So I'm 0008 form, what I talked about. You can simply do that by just going online, download it from the main website only, and then you can save it in where exactly you can have an access to, maybe in your F drive or whatsoever. And then if you're missing information, of course, the field would turn into red with the description why it's not. So you have do not print the 2D barcode form. Now, these are the instructions you have to be very particular about. Do not use the signature panel button at the top of the application. Save the form on your computer in a place you will remember. And again, you have to upload all these forms and then enter your name and answer a security question. This is your electronic signature. And again, this is the information about the forms, how you actually can fill it up with all the explanation how to go about it. Now, when you click on towards the bottom, you should be seeing that, you want to apply. So you see here is a pay the fee, same here. Now, biometrics, again, I got all the information. Now follow the instructions to pay your online fees. And when you click on this, it will directly take you to the next page where you can pay your fees. So just gonna take a little while over here. While it's loading, I'll just explain you this one. So over here, if you see, uh, under this form, apply to become a permanent resident. So provide your personal information and upload your documents. So this is how you have to fill up the form. What pathways are you applying for? So see, now we are left only with 5 options here. So workers in Canada stream B, that's what I'm going to choose because maximum. Then you see how you can leave that name. It's Sharma, then Renu, date of birth, your marital status. Do you have a dependent child? If yes, then you can do that. Then upload your documents. So if you go here, check the application guide. Now these are the forms. So you have to add the file. So just fill it up and then you kind of, do that TR to pathway. All the documents whatsoever you have to submit, then additional family information, then medical examination, digital photographs. So you just have to click on add file, and that's how it can end up. And then check if page is ready. So you can click on that. And now my page is also ready for payments. So pay your fees online. So again, a new paper immigration method is there, so you can check the eligibility first and then get your payment card ready. Credit cards and prepaid cards are again, it could be Visa, MasterCard, American Express, whatsoever. So they have been so descriptive about it if you see. And then you have to pay your fees over here, and then you can log in at any time. So I don't have the login ID over here, so you can simply select the payment method for, say, permanent resident. Select your application type, so it's like permanent resident. So you have to keep filling it up, and then yes. So see the list of fees you have to pay, and it's just gonna load page again. So this is how it actually works. And when you have everything in place, all you have to do is you can click on submit, and you make sure the email address, whatever you're using, you have a direct access to it. Yeah, see, so this is how you have to fill it up. You see, it's a quantity amount, and then just click on submit, and then you're good to go. Now, a few questions, queries I would like to resolve. First and foremost, you can actually apply under both the categories, worker stream A and stream B. So like for healthcare workers, it's of course you can apply if you have working experience with non-healthcare, you can do that too. Only thing is that you have to submit the fees for both the categories. Now, in case if you forget to upload some of the documents, they will allow you to add new documents once you have the application number. So don't need to worry about that. In case if you have to give more details, like, about the electronic APR, this is the form C. Documents related to the EAPR not captured in other fields. So you can always click on add file in case if you forgot to put any information and last minute things you want to add on, you can always do that in your application. Also, if you have biometrics, as I mentioned clearly, if you've already done biometrics, you don't need to do it. So you're all good to go, and I hope I have been able to resolve all your queries out here. The documentation part, as I mentioned, it's very simple, straight. So good luck, guys. If you have any queries, you can again write back to me, renu736@gmail.com. And please subscribe to my channel for future updates. Take care and keep doing your good work. Bye.